"If you can play this piano, I'll adopt you," a millionaire woman mocked a little black boy. But then the grand ballroom glowed beneath sparkling chandeliers, each crystal reflecting light as though it was shining just for this evening. Dozens of rich guests stood gathered around the magnificent piano, their elegant dresses and sharp tuxedos shining under the warm golden glow. Yet right in the middle stood someone who clearly didn't fit in, a 10-year-old black boy, skinny and small, wearing a worn gray shirt tucked beneath a dirty apron that his pants hung loose, patched at the knees, and bright yellow cleaning gloves still covered his little hands. His face, wet with nervous sweat, looked more scared than brave. He had been mopping the marble floor when sudden laughter exploded behind him. "Look at him." A man in a white suit laughed, his champagne glass tilting dangerously. The cleaning boy lost in the wrong place. The boy froze, holding his mop like a shield. His mother had always taught him to stay unseen, do the job quietly and keep his head low. But staying invisible wasn't possible anymore. A tall blonde woman in a stunning royal blue gown stepped forward. Her heels clicked loudly on the marble as she stopped right in front of him. Her smirk grew into open laughter, and soon the entire room joined in. "My goodness," she announced loudly, pointing straight at him so every single guest stared. "Isn't this just precious?" They actually let the janitor's kid inside the ballroom. The laughter hurt worse than any slap. The boy dropped his eyes and whispered, "I was only cleaning." "Cleaning?" she repeated, holding her stomach like it was the funniest thing ever. "With those silly gloves on? Sweetheart, you don't clean a ballroom while a party is happening. You really don't know anything, do you?" He wanted to explain that he was told to finish before guests arrived, that he didn't know the party had already begun, but the words stuck in his throat. The woman leaned closer, her strong perfume sharp, her eyes filled with mockery. "Tell me, little one, have you ever even seen a piano this beautiful before? Or do you just wipe the dust off the wood around it?" Another lady in a silky dress added, "Maybe he thinks the keys are for scrubbing." The crowd burst into laughter again. The boy's hands tightened into fists inside the rubber gloves. His ears burned red hot. He had heard cruel words on the streets before, from neighbors, from strangers who saw his mother cleaning houses, but never this loud, never this public. The woman in blue tapped the piano with her perfect nails, making sharp little sounds. "This instrument costs more money than your family will ever see. It's meant for music, not for people like you to touch." He stared at the shining wood, his chest growing tight. Years ago he had touched keys just like these, back when his mother still gave lessons in a tiny rented room. Before the debts, before they lost everything, before she became a maid. But none of these people knew that. To them, he was nothing. The woman tilted her head, watching him shrink. "What's wrong? Can't you speak? Or do you only know how to clean floors?" Her cruelty fed the room. A man in a brown tuxedo shouted, "Maybe he can play a song with the mop." More laughter echoed. The boy blinked back tears, his throat dry. He wanted to run, but his feet felt glued to the floor. His pain only made them laugh harder. Then the woman, loving every second of the show, stood tall and raised her voice so even the people at the back could hear. She pointed at him again, her smile cold and sharp. "Here's an idea," she said, laughing like it was the best joke ever. "Let's make this interesting. If you can actually play this piano, really play it, I will adopt you myself." The room gasped, then exploded into the loudest laughter yet. Some guests clapped like she had told the funniest story of the night. Others whispered, pretending to wonder if the boy should feel lucky. The boy's heart pounded. Adoption? As if he didn't have a mother who worked herself to the bone just to feed him. As if he were a lost puppy they could place bets on. The woman crossed her arms, eyes shining with cruelty. "So, little cleaner, what will it be? Play something, or admit you only belong on your knees scrubbing our floors." The boy's eyes moved from her cruel smile to the shining white keys. His hands shook. Everyone waited for him to fail. The silence felt heavier than any sound. "Well," she pushed, "play, or accept what you are." The boy swallowed hard. Slowly he pulled off the yellow gloves and stuffed them into his apron pocket. His bare fingers hovered above the keys. The crowd chuckled again. "Look, he's actually going to try." A man mocked. "This will be hilarious," another woman whispered. Dripping with sarcasm, the boy closed his eyes. For a moment the ballroom vanished. In its place he saw a small, dimly lit room, an old second-hand piano, and his mother's gentle voice guiding his tiny hands. "Don't just press the keys, my love. Feel them. Let the music speak for you." His fingers touched down, hesitant at first. One soft note floated into the air, fragile and pure. Some guests snickered. But then his hands moved again. The laughter slowly died. A melody rose, gentle, careful, full of heart. The boy's back straightened. He played not for them, not for her cruelty, but for his mother, for every hour she sacrificed to teach him before life took everything away. The room that had been roaring with laughter only moments ago stood completely silent. The notes climbed higher, filling the sparkling hall with unexpected beauty. The woman in blue slowly lowered her hand. Her smirk disappeared. She never thought this could happen. None of them did. When his small fingers pressed the final chord, not a single person laughed. The silence felt sacred. Then from the back of the room a voice called, "Samuel." The boy looked up with a start. His mother stood in the doorway, her maid uniform a little wrinkled, her eyes wide with worry. She rushed forward, gently pushing past the stunned guests until she reached her son. She placed trembling hands on his shoulders. "I told you to stay in the staff area," she whispered urgently, looking nervously at the quiet crowd. Then her eyes met the woman in blue. She bowed her head quickly. "I'm so sorry, ma'am. Please forgive him. Please forgive me. There was no one to watch him tonight. I had to bring him with me. He only wanted to help. I should have kept him away. Please." The boy's heart broke hearing her beg. She wasn't protecting him, she was pleading for their lives. The woman in blue opened her mouth, still shaken from the music, but before she could speak, a man in white whispered, "That wasn't luck. That was real talent." Another guest added softly, "He played better than any professional we've hired." Whispers spread like gentle waves. The boy stood quietly, holding his mother's hand tight. The blonde woman forced a weak laugh. "Well, perhaps the child does have a gift, but remember I said if he played, I'd adopt him, and I never go back on my word." Gasps filled the room. The boy's mother turned pale. "No, please," she begged, voice breaking. "He already has a mother. He's my son. I brought him only because I couldn't leave him alone. I work here to give him a life. He belongs with me." The guests shifted, uncomfortable. The cruelty that felt fun minutes ago now felt wrong, shameful. An older gentleman in a gray suit spoke firmly, "Enough. Clara, this stopped being funny a long time ago. You humiliated a child, and he showed you up. Let it end here." Clara's face burned red. She had wanted to crush a poor boy, not be corrected in front of everyone. The weight of their stares forced her to step back. Her cruel smile was finally gone. The boy held tightly to his mother as she stroked his hair and whispered, "You did nothing wrong, Samuel, nothing." For the first time that night, he believed her. As the guests slowly moved away, talking quietly among themselves, Samuel and his mother slipped toward the servant's door. His small fingers still tingled from the keys. He had faced their cruelty, their laughter, their scorn, and turned it into silence. He was no longer just the maid's son. He was Samuel, a boy who made an entire room listen. And for his mother, that was everything. If you loved this story, please give it a big thumbs up and subscribe for more heartfelt, emotional, and surprising tales. Let us know in the comments where in the world you're watching from. We love hearing from you. Until next time, stay kind, stay hopeful, and keep watching.